Hey guys, it's not a secret that Pokemon booster boxes are kind of the gold standard of Pokemon investing. There's an argument for Pokemon Center ETBs, but generally it's accepted that out of all the products you can buy from Pokemon sealed booster boxes do quite well over time, and no booster box goes below MSRP after 3 or 5 years, and most of them do go to somewhere around the 200, 500 range, and the better ones go to the thousands, and some even go way higher than that. So I want to talk about Stellar Crown because just to get it on everyone's radar. So right now it's selling and you have time to buy it, but on Pokemon Center it's starting to sell out and the numbers are starting to dwindle down. So here's the data. So I've been tracking the Stellar Crown booster box data because I do these gigantic spreadsheets of Pokemon Center stock data in my other videos. But sometimes this format isn't easy to read, so I like to do these other videos just to put it in a nicer to read format. I've been doing battle styles, and battle styles, this is the date, this is the quantity on that date, and this is like the difference, and then this is estimated selling out days due to the actual numbers. But yeah, battle styles, it's been fluctuating, but right now it's stabilized back to, it's probably going to sell in about 2 weeks or less. Stellar Crown hasn't had the same amount of movement exactly because there's just a little more hesitancy to buy it. Like we haven't seen like these more massive numbers like in the 300, 500s. The highest that I've seen it sold per day is about 176. Granted, these numbers are using a sort of API, which usually the numbers are about intervals of about 50 or 60, so that's why the numbers all look kind of the same. But approximately it's alright. But just do plus or minus like some amount, like probably 30 or something. Okay, but recently we've been seeing sales of about 120 boxes every day for the past week, and there's only about 5,000 boxes left, and that's less than Battle Styles. And Battle Styles is going to sell out because no one's expecting a reprint of it. Okay, so what's my point? So right now there's 3 Pokemon Center booster boxes on Pokemon Center. There's Stellar Crown, there's Temporal Forces, and there's Battle Styles. And here's just the data I want to give you guys. So Battle Styles, you don't really need to talk about that too much because, yeah, again, it's really old. It's not going to get more. It's a pretty safe investment because in the aftermarket it's selling for about 175, 180, and you could buy it MSRP, and it's going to definitely go up because there's not going to be any more of it. Stellar Crown and Temporal Forces, though, they're more newer sets, so you're wondering which one should I buy, and out of the two, from Pokemon Center, I would buy Stellar Crown. Although, probably you should get it off other sites because you get cheaper. Okay, so why am I saying that? Because I also track Twilight and Temporal every day on here. But the most important thing is that Stellar Crown's actually decreasing in quantity. It's gone from 7,200 boxes to it's gone down 2,000 boxes in about 25 days, and it's probably gonna go faster than that. Temporal Forces, on the other hand, I didn't do a table, but I didn't do a table because Temporal Forces is like, again, I'm using a sort of approximate stock tracker, but according to Pokemon Center, it keeps returning this 20,000 plus box number, which from my experience usually means it's just above 15,000, and it hasn't been moving. Like it went to 15,000 briefly, and then it went back to 20,000, and it just keeps being 20,000. So there's like no news, there's no urgency on that. The only way there's urgency on this is if Pokemon Center decides to just remove it completely from its website, which does happen every now and then. But other than that, there's no urgency. You don't tune in every day to see Temporal Forces still at 20,000. You tune in because one day you expect this number to go down, and then you'll start seeing the rates like you can do with Stellar Crown. So for Stellar Crown, yeah, Battle Styles is more urgent. So you see the rates are higher. You're seeing more boxes bought per day, and you see the estimated sell date is 2 weeks. But Stellar Crown is getting up there, and I do see more attention on the open market. So for the market price, so when I started tracking Stellar Crown, it was about 152, and then it briefly went up to about 160, which is it's hitting MSRP because MSRP is like 161, and it kind of just stayed there, and it became stagnant at 150 for a while. And then, yeah, very long time. And then recently there's been an uptake to like 155. So I'm not saying Stellar Crown won't get a reprint or anything, but if you're looking for things that are going to sell on Pokemon Center, which at a minimum might have some arbitrage opportunities, because when it sells out, people are going to get hyped. Having a ceiling price on Pokemon Center does hurt boxes, because people are not gonna be willing to pay higher than that ceiling price. Like until these boxes sell on Pokemon Center, I don't expect Temporal Forces to rise like really above 160. And the only times it rises above 160 is when it's about to sell out. That happens to other booster boxes. Like Battle Styles, it went to the MSRP is 144. So it went there around January 10th, which is about 2.5 weeks ago, because people expect it to go up at that point because it's going to sell out, and so that will happen, and then you'll see sales for above MSRP. But at that point, then Pokemon Center is guaranteed your cheapest place. Right now, if you want to get in on Temporal or Stellar beforehand, like you can, and there's always a risk of a reprint. But short term wise, unless they do another reprint Stellar Crown or restock, it's probably gonna go above MSRP, and then you have a chance to sell it or whatever. Or if you're holding boxes, this is your opportunity to get some gains. Alright, that's my take on that. Like, if you have any urgency to buy it based on Pokemon Center pricing, I would buy Battle Styles or Stellar Crown. And the Temporal is not really needed, even though it might be a better set. Stellar is popular because of Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks guys, bye.